opposition on June 14th, 1866.
Let's talk about it, because we don't have time for those people with these ill intentions. Let's talk about the Creek Freedmen. How, why, and why they in court, and what has happened. Let's get one fact straight. That court document is basically about Creek Freedmen, true. But the real issue is in 1979, under Principal Claude Cox, they had an idea, a group of people had an idea, and when we're speaking of this, we're speaking of the Citizenship Board. They had an idea that they was losing indigenous people. But what you have to look at is that if you look at today's statistics on how many people that's under the Creek tribe, if they would have kept that manner up, their people would have just totally been wiped out. But what they did is, at that time, they felt like the Freedmen was at a threat. And so someone heightened the situation up and decided to eliminate the Creek Freedmen that was originally under the treaty. The treaty always supersedes all bullshit. And so the treaty was to change and put the people of African descent that has in Creek by blood through intermarriage as well, giving them the same rights of citizenship. That's facts. But the thing about it, from 1979 up until the current year, Creek Freedmen took their bus to court. Who they took to court? The fact is, it's not about the tribe totally. It's about the department that's within the tribe, which is called the Citizenship Board. This is where what they were doing is complying by what the current overturn of law, or bypassing the chain of command of laws. They did not go through the correct order to overturn their law, so they did it illegally in 1979. So what they did is go into court and said that they violated a treaty. It's nothing given, it's nothing taken from this. You can't, the court order is just clear and concise. This is even said in the court documents in 1979 under Principal Chief Claude Cox. So that's reading all those 3 pages and not understanding what transpired doesn't mean anything if you don't understand the laws. So it wasn't to discredit or to take away and make something bigger than what it is, or make something out like that the people didn't belong. That would be a lie. As I stated, there's only 100,000 current members in counting today. So just think, if they would keep continuing that process, it will that it's like a 60-40. 40% of Creek Nation members live outside of the tribe and 60% inside the tribe. Those numbers was drastically dwindling down prior to the last maybe 3 or 4 years when people start enrolling. That's what we want to get clear about it. Everyone in the United States is not enrolled or have not even looked towards their lineage. The reason these numbers are low. Some have the tools to their family history to be able to do it, and some just go on and they like to live the colonized ways. That's what you always gonna think. It's gonna always be people that's left out. It's gonna be always people that didn't walk the Trail of Tears, but it does not mean that they're not. They just not on record under the colonized laws. So when we're out here giving information, we want to give clarity, because if you're educating someone, you want to give facts, not open it up for discussion and make people assume that you're meaning one thing when it's actually not.